Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. Today I'm making a shrimp salad with avocado and grapefruit. Alright, now you're going to need a pound of shrimp. They say 2 cups and I found out it actually makes 2 cups, a whole pound of shrimp. I think I got the large or extra large shrimp. I have taken the tails off. I have deveined them, which I've shown you more than once. Once you have to pat them dry on a towel, well, on paper towels, make sure they're dry, and then you're going to sprinkle them with salt and pepper, which they're talking about a fourth of a cup. I mean, a fourth of a teaspoon. Listen, I just got up, don't say anything, okay? I am cooking very early this morning to make sure that I can, I'm turning the shrimp over so I can salt and pepper the other side. So I can deal with this heat, because I will not be cooking in the heat of the day today. Because they said we should see 100 to 102 today, so I'm not overly fond of those temperatures, as they say. And so to make sure that I'm comfortable as much as possible, I will sit there and do what I have to do. And for those of you that don't have air conditioning like me, please be extremely careful. Stay as quiet as possible. Less moving around and stuff. That's why I cook early in the morning. This is really early this morning. I'm really going further out than I normally do for cooking. I just want to make sure. Now you're going to need a no-stick pan, they recommend, and you're going to need 1 tablespoon of olive oil in it, and we're going to heat it up, and we are going to cook these shrimp. Now they will cook extremely fast. So you're not going to leave them long. Now we were taught something that you wouldn't think of, but because gas stoves had to be lit, they would tell us, do not put them in the trash until they cool. Believe it or not, people would put the match out and throw it in the trash, and they'd end up with a fire. A lot of little things that you take for granted were taught to us to be cautionary on things. Put them in the bowl, I don't care at this point. Why do you see me testing burners? Because I put plates and stuff on them, and I want to make sure that it's cool and I don't explode a plate like my mother. She had been cooking on top of the stove. She made a coffee cake, and when it came out of the oven, she didn't check the burner. She set it on the burner, not knowing that it was still hot, and it exploded on her. So if you're prone to doing something like that, check your burner before you set something on it. We want to get this hot so we can sit there and put the shrimp in, and they're going to sear very quickly on one side and the other side, and put them in a bowl and put them on the side, because we have to prepare the grapefruit and the avocado and stuff. But I figured this is a nice salad. I have 5, 10, 15, 23 shrimp. I think they're extra large. That's a pound of protein, so this little bit of shrimp that you see is 125 grams of protein. So we really don't have to worry about it. We'll get our protein in this. And this is the only thing I really have to cook, is this shrimp right now, and that's why I'm doing it this way so early. And because it's a salad, it can be served cold, and I don't care. Why didn't I use a bigger pan? I just didn't feel like digging it out. So I'm going to be doing this and cooking them. Do not leave these in long. If you do, you'll overcook them and they become rubbery. The object is to cook them just till they're tender and done. I say it takes about a minute on each side. I'm checking it as it cooks. See how nice they'll look when we put them in with the grapefruit and avocado. So I'm going to continue cooking these, and when they're done, I will be back. Okay, we did the shrimp. This is what it's going to look like when you finish it up. Now remember, when you do it like this, you only cook it 1 minute on one side. You turn it over, cook it for 30 seconds. It's done. If you overcook it, it's going to be very tough and chewy, and that's not what you want. You want the flavor of it and not to have that rubberiness that you usually get with shrimps because people overcook it. So remember, shrimps always cook very, very quickly. You're going to need 2 grapefruits. Ta-da! I've got my grapefruits. Now, they want us to peel. I cut my nails, so I'm not going to be able to start one of these. They want you to peel these grapefruits, divide them into sections. Where did I cut that? I thought I cut it right there. Oh, center. So you're going to take the pith off, and you're going to peel your grapefruits. Now you say, what is the pith? The pith is the white part. You see this white part here? This is the pith, right between the skin and that. If I needed grapefruit peelings, I would have saved these, but I don't. I already have so much. And yes, I have recipes for it too that we're going to need. Should lift my nails. Yeah, I knew this was going to be a bitch to do. They want you to subdivide these. Take the membrane and everything off. And if you get any juice while you're doing it, leave the juice in the bowl with the grapefruit. We're going to need it. And that's what you're going to do. This is how you can also make those cocktails that I love so much. We used to get them all the time, but they quit. We got them in Texas all the time, especially during the holidays. Oh my God, I love this during the holidays. And it's so nutritious. People wouldn't guess how nutritious it is. I think I have one jar left from last year. But I'm the one who really eats them more than anybody else. Most people today would think of having drinks and stuff, but not me. Hey, you're not going to get them all perfect. Some are going to break. Like this. Don't worry about it. So I'm going to continue doing this. You do it to both grapefruits, and I will be back. Any juice you have in here, leave it. Do not throw it out. We're going to need it. Okay. Now you take some of the grapefruit, and you're going to get 1/4 of a cup of juice from it. If you have juice in the bowl, pour it in and see how much you have. If you don't, take some of the pieces and squeeze them until you get all the liquid out, until you get 1/4 of a cup of grapefruit juice. And I will be back. Okay, we're going to have to process this stuff. Take your 1/4 of a cup of grapefruit juice, put it in. You have a small blender or a small food processor, whatever you have, because we have to do this. All right, let's get the lime juice in. We need 2 tablespoons of lime juice. I've got a lime here. I tell you, it's so hot, I am shitting. Between the cats and me, I cannot stop this. It's too hot when you hit those 3 digits. When you get close to it, everybody starts shutting. I haven't shed like this since I was in Texas when it got hot like that. Oh yeah, 2 tablespoons. How do I know? Because it was 1/4. It was half of 1/4. That's how you know. All right, we need 1½ teaspoons of grated ginger. Okay, let me get that going. Am I taking my time? You're absolutely right. Yes, I am. I'm not going to kill myself in this weather. And even though it's early, we're already in the 80s. When I woke up, it was 70, but we're already in the 80s. We're going to have to do a lot better than that. Okay, got that done. See, ginger is very fibrous, so sometimes it's easier to grate it. Like making lemon ginger iced tea. Where did I put my, well, I got a towel here, that's okay. I'll use this one. All right. Lime juice, ginger, honey. And you want salt and pepper. Okay, I'll have to measure that. 1/4 table salt. 1/4 teaspoon salt. How much pepper? Same thing for your pepper. I have to grind mine. I'm going to be on the side here doing it. ever drop this, you could break a toe with this. That is actually a stone. Okay. Now we need a half a teaspoon of honey. I am using my sugar cane that I have. I made it. I use it in place of honey. What did they say? A half a teaspoon? Let's see what else. Let's see, we put in the grapefruit juice, avocado. They want 1/4 of an avocado put in here. So, no, that can stay down there. Let's pray I don't cut myself this time again. I have no luck with avocados. Never have. Well, anyway. It's not cut straight, that's fine. I just want to get it off. I don't care if I get them ripe, green, or whatever. Avocados and I do not get along. Though I like them. Gives me a heck of a way to go to do anything with them. Okay, I gotta finish cutting this off so I can get this part off. Okay. See, I have my problems just like anybody else with some recipes. Oh, I'm at the seed level, thank goodness. When I was little, avocados were really easy to peel, but I don't know what they're doing to the avocados now. They're not like they used to be. All right, that's 1/4 of an avocado. The rest of it looks butchered. Okay, we're gonna blend this up. Mm-hmm. 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 They are right about one thing. It does taste good. Okay? I guess if your avocado is like super ripe, it's so hot, I know if I left it out for one day, it would rot. That's how hot it is in the house. You're going to set this to the side. Okay, we got our dressing. That's how I throw everything to the side. We have to take care of this grapefruit, this avocado first. Yeah, I'll put some lemon juice on it to keep it from turning it brown. How do you want this avocado cut? Half-inch pieces. They want half-inch pieces. You know mine's gonna look like everything but an avocado when I get done. I got part of it all. Okay. I went through all that. Okay. Let me get some lemon juice so I can put on this to keep it green till I get to it. Get it in the bowl. Okay, they want half-inch pieces, so I'll go ahead and cut it. I don't care how you want it. I'm going to do it my way. So cut the rest of your avocado up. It's going into the salad. If you're not putting the salad together right away, please get some lemon juice on it to keep it from turning colors. And since I know how early it is in the morning, I doubt anybody's going to be eating this right now. That'll keep it green for now while I work on it. Sit there. See, I know the avocado is going to sit for a while. I don't want it to be brown in the salad, so I will coat mine with lemon juice or lime juice or even grapefruit juice will do it. Any acid will do it. We'll keep it looking fresh. Oh. You're gonna make me do this next, okay. Snow peas. We need 2 ounces of snow peas. I think they're gonna be raw. This is mint. I'll be back. I have to see how much snow peas. A handful. Yeah, I know. I have never seen anything like this. We used to snap these so easily. Like this one. These first ones did not want to be snapped. Cut lengthways. Okay. My grandmother and I used to do this, and also snap peas. That was another thing that we used to do a lot. She would sit with an apron and she could snap them so fast. I tried to help her, and I tried to help her do this. Man, by the time I got one done, she already had 20 of them done. She was fast. And peeling peaches, oh, I'd be working on one and she was on the 5th or 6th one. She said I'd get better as I can and stuff. My mother put a stop to that right away. My mother did not like canning. She avoided cooking unless she absolutely had to, because it was so hot in the house. Of course, I understand that part. Like, I used to go to bed in Texas and we didn't have air conditioning. So believe you me, when they put us to bed, it was hot, but we slept. We had to sleep in that heat. We lived in that heat. My father told me Texas is all air conditioned now. He said you wouldn't believe it. You don't even have to walk in the mall. You just have the stairs take you from one store to another. You just sort of step off and go to the store. And I said, that was not the Texas I grew up with. I would not want to live there. Only because of all of those things. You want these cut lengthways, okay. So snap peas or snow, it's just a handful, and they want to cut it in 1 inch lengthway strips. This is 3 ounces, but I'm not going to worry about an ounce. You better get this book out of here before you get it wet. I remember my grandmother and my mother in the kitchen at the same time. They want to cut these lengthways. So you're going to be cutting them like this. See, these peas aren't even developed yet. You see? They don't have a lot in them. You can taste the sugar in these. It's like a starchy sugar. Reminds me going to the garden, going after my rabbit, because Jezebel was eating the garden up. When my mother told me to go get new potatoes, I said I can't find them. She says you dig under the plant and feel for little little tiny potatoes, and those are your new potatoes. So these were things that we ate as well, raw. Went to the garden, you were hungry? Country children know this. City children miss out on all of these things. Of course, they'll say, well, country children miss out on operas and plays and things like that, and the newest gadgets. Well, you just decide which one you like more. I like eating fresh fruits and vegetables from the garden, and having pets, animals around. I'm very comfortable with them. I could watch them for hours. Anything else you want me to cut? Okay, I want 1 tablespoon of fresh chopped mint. Now I bought the mint. Look how bad it goes so fast. I doubt if I'll have that very long. I'll probably go in the trash very shortly. So I don't understand what's going on. When I see stuff like this and it goes bad this fast, I question it. What are they doing? Because my mother could buy it and there was no problem. So if there's a problem now, you have to question what's going on with the food. Now, I'm going to talk about an extremely sensitive topic that most people don't want to hear about, and I'm not going to apologize for it, but it's time the truth comes out, and I'm going to say it because a lot of people don't want to face up to it. People are getting fat at an unbelievable rate, especially people who are eating a lot of instant food. The instant food has chemicals in it, synthetic, non-healthy, preservatives and everything else. They start messing up with your digestive system. And another thing is that a lot of the pre-made foods have corn syrup in it. Corn syrup is highly addictive. This is why they use it, to make you keep coming back and buying their products. That is the whole secret, is to get you, the consumer, to come back to buy their products and nobody else's. So they add, instead of using regular sugar, they sit there and use corn syrup. It's sweeter, it's higher in sugar content, and it's extremely addictive. When I grew up, corn syrup was not used in cookies and stuff because they knew how addictive it was and that it would make people fat. When you get heavy weighted, it's like a person carrying an extra 50 to 100 pounds on their body. So think about it. You walk, put 100 pounds, 150 according if you're overweight, and keep walking with that all day long. All day. You can't put it down. You keep on. You come to the point where all what you want to do is sit down and do nothing. This is because of the weight that you're carrying. Corn syrup puts it on. If you read the things that are in the food, you would find out there's a lot of corn syrup in it. Now, I am not going to say you're not going to put some extra weight on after you hit menopause. After I had children, I went up 1 whole dress size. I could not get back down. I said, well, hang that up. I'm not going to starve to death, because I was breastfeeding and having to care for them. So I did that. When I hit menopause, I went up another dress size. So I'm pretty much a Mrs. 12 at this point. Not all Mrs. 12s fit me, but some are too big, some fit right, and then some are cut in such a way that they don't go. But the thing is that corn syrup is what's doing it to us. When I see somebody overweight and I see them with instant food, I know exactly where it's coming from. The corn syrup. And that is the problem. It's not that you eat less, but it's what you're eating. You probably sit there and say, well, you use a lot of sugar. You know, the most sugar that's used in the house is the sugar that my sons put in their coffee, not the sugar that I use in cooking, because I can buy 20 or 40 pounds of sugar. Now I make my light brown sugar, I make my dark brown sugar with it, I make my confectionery sugar with it. I use it if I have to make what they call sweet milk and stuff like that. I'll use it. But I still have jars from last year. I haven't finished them. So if you think I'm eating a lot of sweet sugar, no, I'm not. I know in 3 days you're going to go in the trash. You're going to hurt your body. So that's what's going on with people who are overweight and very confused about their overweight. And they're probably asking, why? Why is this happening to me? That's why it's happening. All right. Okay. Now you have a good idea what's going on with your body. You put the grapefruit in here. Peas that we just cut, mint that we just cut, I don't want the juice that I pour it on the avocado, so I'm just going to drain it and put the avocado in. Shrimp in. I'm getting it together. And the dressing that we made. We're going to toss this. You notice I'm using my hands. I don't care. But this is the salad, and you're going to put it over bib lettuce. I'm going to serve toast with it. You know, I'll cut it up in smaller pieces. Make sure it's completely coated. You can put this in the refrigerator and let it sit till you're ready to have it. But as small as this dish is, just counting the shrimps, you got 125 grams of protein. I know, it's amazing, isn't it? That's it. Now, how do you serve it? Like I said, get bib lettuce, lay it on a plate, put that on it, and then well, you can use rolls, would be delicious with this. Crackers would be good with this. I am going to use a light whole wheat bread that I made. I'm going to toast it. After I cut it thin, I'm going to toast it and cut it in half. I'm going to serve it next to it, and that's what we're having today. And there'll be no more cooking with me for the day. Okay, listen, you take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.